Perfect. So what we're going to talk about tonight is the first week of Realm Royale Reforged, the new patch. We're going to talk about scrims. A lot of that's going to be talked about with SUNA because he plays in the scrims. And then I'm hoping to get Zero and KaoticWolf in here. Zero said he'd be in a little bit later, so he's not going to be in right away. And if Kaotic shows up, then we'll roll with Kaotic. We'll do it. With that said, let me bring in my guy, SUNA. Probably unmute. That'd be good. SUNA. There he is. Yo.
How's it going?
Bro, thank you so much for coming on and doing this, man. Hopefully most of you guys know SUNA, Sir SUNA. It was Big SUNA. We'll talk. We'll ask him why he changed. I think he's told everybody that already, but we'll ask him. We'll throw it as a teaser. This young man is, in my opinion, and a lot of people who I've spoken to's opinion, maybe one of the very best players in the world at Realm Royale when he is in a mood to play Realm Royale. So let me explain that really quick. He's a very casual, laid-back, chill guy. If you ever go into his streams, he's always having a good time. He's always having fun. He's always laughing. But if you ever catch him on those certain occasions when he's just in the mood to fucking sweat, he is scary fucking good at this game. And because of that, he plays in the scrims. And SUNA, start off by telling us anything you want to tell us about you, but mainly tell us what scrims are and how they're different than just customs or queues. Like, tell us about yourself and tell us a little bit about scrims to get started. And again, brother, thank you for doing this, man.
No, thank you for having me. Well, I'd like to point out that Smarmy is totally just lying to you guys. I'm terrible.
Here we go.
But no, I appreciate it.
Here we go.
Thank you. No, see, honestly, before this whole patch, I wasn't so much of a scrim player. It was more just like a pub stomper type thing, but since this new patch has really brought new life into me and just kind of made me want to play competitively, and like you say, like when I'm in that mood, and recently it's like I feel more in that mood because of this update. You know, it just kind of brought that competitive spirit back into me, honestly.
So tell people that don't know, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know if scrims is just a fancy word for customs with sweaty players, but I don't really know what that is. Like help me understand.
This is more like actual playing like a tournament. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to still get in that mind frame, but I feel like if people are just running customs, it's kind of different. They're just more apt to W key and run at people instead of playing like there's money on the line. But when there's scrims, I feel like it's actually prepping for a tournament for money type thing. So it's basically pretty much like you're playing at a very serious high level. There's a lot of communication going on. It's very much a situation where you're literally scrimmaging. Like obviously scrims is probably short for scrimmaging, I'm imagining. It'd be like going out and playing a football game. It's not a real, doesn't count, but we're playing as hard as we can. Blah blah blah. That's pretty much what's happening. Read chat, XD. Oh, sorry. I should probably get a little closer to my mic.
Nah, yeah. They're saying you're quiet. Let me know if you guys can hear him okay. And KaoticWolf, are you coming in here, brother? Are you coming in? I invited you. You're more than welcome to get in here, brother. Let me know if you want to hop in with us. We'd love to have you. Deep throat your mic. Maybe we shouldn't have Kaotic in here tonight. I don't know, dude. Got a little sus right off the bat, bro. Whoa. Wait a minute. I joined the Discord, but I don't know where to go. Go to the waiting room under Reforged Radio. Just hop in that waiting room and then I'll pull you up, sir. SUNA not any ladder? Interesting. All right, let me try and turn up. SUNA, speak real quick.
Hello.
All right, I'm going to turn Discord up, music down. All right. There he is. Yo, KaoticWolf, what's up, brother?
Not much.
How's it going?
Dude.
Chilling.
So here, I'll introduce KaoticWolf to everybody right now. I don't know anything about him at all. All I know is that regularly when I'm playing pubs, he kills me when he's playing as well. And he's a nice guy. I think I've actually gotten into a couple of like squad games here and there. But truthfully, I don't know anything about him all other than he's a really good player at the game, but he plays on console. Which console do you play on, Kaotic?
The Xbox One Series S.
Nice, nice. So listen, I definitely seeked out guys like you. I seeked out Zero. Hopefully Zero's going to get on here as well. But we're going to kind of get to the console piece of this in a minute. But for the most part, what I would love to do is just have both of you guys, since you're both here now, can each of you guys kind of like take me through how you felt about the first week of REFORGED? And I'm kind of really most interested to hear from you, Kaotic, because you didn't get to play in the PTS with the rest of us. So what did you think? What are your thoughts? Kind of give us an overview.
I like the update. Everything seems pretty nice and runs smooth, but right now it just feels like the automatic weapons are just super strong and annoying. And grapple's a little buggy every now and then, but like that's my only issues really.
So when you say grapple's a little buggy, does that mean you're maining a hunter?
I play a bit of every class, but when I Hunter was my favorite, but sometimes I don't really want to touch her just because, like, if I'm in an open field fight or some areas, like, say crossing, I try and grapple to a tree or something and it just, like, won't go.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it will go and take the cooldown and it just doesn't work and it just feels bad.
Yeah, you're absolutely talking about the pain that all of us that have played any bit of Hunter have played, have had that problem. In fact, there was a video clip the other night and I thought, man, maybe I shouldn't put this one up because I was really pissed. I was just having like one of those games where I had like 12 or 13. They were all real people. They were all good fights. And then I ran into this warrior over at Lumber and tried to like just bounce across up over behind him, to finish him off. He was one tap. And just nothing happened, and you're just like sitting there frozen. Basically, you can't move, and you're like, okay, I'm dead. So yeah. It's pretty tilting. I agree. Suna, tell me, kind of give me an overview of what you thought of week one. I mean, you kind of said it a little bit already, but like, let's talk about anything that you saw right off the bat that you loved or hated.
Well, I'd like to say that I'm losing sleep, but in a good way.
I love it, dude. I love it.
I'm a little too addicted, I feel like.
Oh, kind of an issue. That's so nice.
I honestly, it's like video games were so stale for me like 2 weeks ago. It just, obviously we all love video games, but I was just longing for that new game or a realm update or something, and then once this dropped, I didn't think it was going to be to the extent it was, and I can't say everybody's pleased with it, but that's life. But I feel like a majority of the player base is really happy with what's going on. I mean, obviously there's bugs and whatnot, this and that needs some balancing, but at the same time, like Thor said, it's a step-by-step thing. It's not all going to be at once, so I'm very pleased with the first week, honestly.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's very good.
I'll tell you this, and I obviously bring you guys on here, and I would love for you guys to do most of the talking, but I may have a small rant here and there, so I apologize, work with me, but I kind of stopped going into the Realm Royale Discord this last week, like on purpose, because it started off on like Tuesday, Wednesday with just a heavy dose of, well, this is broken and that's broken and why'd they do this and why, you know what I mean? Like it was just so like negative energy for me that I was like, okay, I cannot sit here. I will literally not do my job. I won't pay attention to my family if I try to answer every single one of these concerns and questions. And so I'm super happy to kind of see what Popschlock, by the way, Popschlock, hello, good evening. Poco, good evening. Tepper, good evening. Hello to everybody, by the way. Thanks for all of you guys stopping by. Listen, Pop did like a 17-hour show last night on his channel. It was amazing.
Was it that long?
Dude, I'm kidding. It was like 3 or 4 hours.
Like, whoa.
Dude, all I know is I went out to like dinner and had like watched a movie, came back, and Pop was like, all right, thanks for everyone coming out. Really appreciate it. And he had just like the one page of like Excel spreadsheet type thing was like 6 or 7 pages, it seemed like.
Pop is literally a genius.
Dude, he's the professor, bro. Love him. But you know what was cool is part of me was like, oh my God, he's going to drill down on every one of these points. And he basically steadfastly did it last night. And he hit on every single issue that I think has been talked about in the Discord. I think there was times when Thor would pop in and go, working on that, that'll be fixed, that'll be fixed, that'll be fixed. And I didn't certainly get to catch all of that. But it sounds like a lot of what we all noticed were the biggest concerns are already kind of, they're aware of them. And can we just talk about then for a second how unbelievable it is that we know that the dev team's aware of the issues and that they're on top of it. And can I ask anybody else, anybody in chat even, did you guys notice that after you forge in your upgrade that you go to forge again and it actually goes automatically back to your regular forge menu? Did anybody notice this?
Oh my gosh, I didn't.
Does anybody, am I the only one that noticed this? Pop, is this accurate? Did I just say something true? Is that true? So I went and I forged my upgrade, and then I went and forged again, and it was already in my regular menu, dude, for my like regular forge stuff. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't like that a few days ago. So they're tinkering with the game, guys. Like while we're freaking playing it.
Yeah, it's a good change because it'd be so
Great
annoying.
change.
Say like you upgrade, go to different forge, and actually like upgrade something again.
I just noticed it for the very first time last night, and I was like, okay, this is cool, because I can't tell how many times I went into Forge and was on the upgrade one, went down and forged whatever, upgraded whatever was at the bottom of that thing instead of forging my team. I've done it more than once. I'm like embarrassed to say. All right, so first week down, you guys both liked it a lot. You guys both didn't see problems with it. You guys were both able to see kind of the vision and like, hey, I realize we don't have a perfect thing here, but it's unbelievable what they were able to do. So you guys, we can all agree on that, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So then let's talk about console for a second. And sorry, Suna, let's talk about console. Like, what are some of the things on console that are driving you crazy right now, Chaotic? Or what are you feeling like, man, this really needs to get an adjustment potentially?
Like I was saying, just I don't have an issue with a lot of this stuff. Just like the automatic weapons, it feels like they just rip into you now, rather than like OB23. Like I was playing duo trio with a friend yesterday, and my friend got absolutely destroyed by a purple AR. Like he went from half shield, full health to just dead within like 3 seconds.
Yeah, dude, the automatic weapons, and let me just tell you this, also embarrassed to say, but it is what's happening. I've been chickened at least 5 times in the last week by a bot with an automatic weapon. Like, you know how you think, oh, it's a bot. I know it's a bot. I'm just going to come out here in the open and hit him a couple times in the head, and then bam, chickened. Like 5 times that happened to me. All right, so no deep-seated, no like, hey, Pop Schlock's here. You can tell them whatever you want right now. They're listening. They'll do whatever you say. I'm just kidding. They won't do whatever you say, but like, is there anything else on console that you really noticed that you thought, man, this was different from this way and I don't like it, or it was different from this way and man, I really love it? Was there anything like that popped up for you?
I've always really liked the game. Everything feels nice, but I have had a couple people on my like group of friends complain about like crossbow every now and then, or the heirloom just being slightly too spammy. But personally, I haven't really minded it much.
Interesting.
Chaotic, how are the bugs on console right now? I know they were kind of bad, but I think, what was it, like the first few days of it dropping, there was a lot of crashes. It seems like they fixed that. Every now and then I crash out of game, but it's not as bad as it was.
Interesting.
But I haven't really noticed many bugs.
Now, Chaotic, do you play in the scrims as well?
I haven't much in this patch, but last patch I did a little bit.
So you're definitely a competitive player then?
If you want to say that, sure. But I don't really consider myself a whole lot of like competitiveness. Interesting.
So here's a couple things I wanted to ask both you guys about tonight that I didn't write down and I didn't give you guys a heads up on, but it's interesting. So someone mentioned a little bit about some of the aimbotting and some walling that's going on in the game. And just for those of you that are concerned about that, I'm actually going to have Shadowcaster on probably next week, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. But I have some questions for you guys. So One of the early discussions that I keep seeing everybody have in every single channel that I go and watch people stream in is that there seems to be a disagreement on whether or not the game was improved based on the competitive players and what they wanted, or they made it too casual because they're trying to get a bunch of people to come in and spend a bunch of money so we can make a bunch of money so we can make this game really huge. What are your guys' opinions on either of those two sides of that argument, or do you have a different opinion?
I feel like they tried their best to tend to both the competitive and the casual player base. I don't know. That's a good question. Chaotic, you got anything while I brainstorm?
Do you feel like, and Suna, keep in mind, I would consider you more or less a competitive player. I realize you probably consider yourself a casual gamer, but like I said, you'll play in scrims when they're available. So I consider that kind of a little bit different level player where you'll get bored if it's not competitive after a while, which I've seen happen in the old game. I would see you literally be bored, like, okay, we're going to move on to play Apex or something else. So I guess I'm asking you, do you feel like they catered to you? Were you super excited? Like, ooh, this was made just for me, the competitive guy, and the lobbies and everything. Like, did you feel that way? Or did you feel like, this was a little bit, this is a little too easy over here?
I feel like there's so much versatility in the game right now. It's hard to say that it's catered towards one side of it, Like, I mean, obviously there's always going to be, like, skill gaps and whatnot. But, like, overall, it really gives, I don't know, just all the abilities and whatnot. They kind of give everybody the option to play around their play style to, like, maximize their skills. So, yeah, and it's tough because it feels catered towards competitive because we know what we're doing, and, like, I don't know. But at the same time, like everybody said, there's spam weapons, there's certain things that can make even casual players strong. So I don't know. I'm 50-50. I don't know, honestly, if they.
But it wasn't like you sat down and played, for a couple of days and went, wow, man, they made this really, great for us competitive guys, and I'm worried about the casuals. That you don't feel that way.
No, honestly, I mean, I was a casual, I had to figure out what I was doing along with everybody else. So
I guess, Crazy and I will run across a player once in a while and we'll just call him a casual sweat, where like we don't know anybody that knows them in the community. They've played 2,000 games, have, 1,500 wins, and they're just super good at the game, but no one knows who they are. I mean, it's rare, granted, but it does happen. It's like, I certainly don't consider them casual. They seem like a really competitive player that just wants to embarrass this lobby. So I guess, what do you think? Did you sit down, get into the game, figure some stuff out, and think to yourself, man, this really caters more to the competitive, scene? Or did you feel like it was made for the casual guy that, just wants to have more players in the game?
It kind of, like Suna said, it kind of just seems like they tried their best to cater towards a bit of both.
Perfect.
Which is, I think, a healthy route.
It's honestly, like, obviously any battle royale game is going to be hard to balance, but, like, just balancing this for casuals and competitive, I think that's got to be one of the most difficult tasks possible, and I feel like they did a really good job doing it for both.
Yeah, and keep in mind, guys, I didn't ask you that question like I have some aha for you. I really just asked that out of a sense of, like, I'm definitely a casual player. Like, if I see certain people in my lobbies, I'm like determining whether or not I want to still play in that lobby at some points in time. But with that said, and I've said this almost every single time I've done this, for me, something happened with all the movement in the game. And I don't know if it's just because I'm an old guy and I don't move as quick as everybody else, but for whatever reason, this new patch and playing the PTS and now the full version, for whatever reason, I'm a much better player than I used to be. And it has everything to do with what I've now determined to be all of the movement in the game. And the reality is even when I'm in some competitive lobbies and I feel like I have a chance to win against good players, I generally am dying because I've screwed up the movement piece. It's not because I'm missing the shots or I didn't play it right. Most of the time I'm mad at myself because, man, I shouldn't have blown my grapple here. I should have waited and used it over here. Like, it's a lot of that stuff going on, And so that was not happening before. If I ran into, Drift or you or somebody like that in a lobby or Chaotic even, it was like, oh, this is so and so. Yeah, I die here, you know. And now I don't die here. I mean, I still might, but it's like there's a fight, there's a duel. It's 2 or 3 minutes. I reset. They reset. We move on to a different place. We move with the storm, and then we fight again. And you know, I die again. But that was just not happening. And so, the pleasure of being able to get out of a game after getting slaughtered, you know, and having been able to fight for 2 minutes was so amazing to me. Like, it was almost like, hey, that was fun. Like, and that just did not used to be the case. It was like, God damn it, man, I got rolled again by drift, you know? God damn it, sneaky guy was in here again and just pummeled us, you know? Or, I mean, I could name 100 of you guys that, you know, and I didn't want to get to, you know, I didn't want to get any trouble, but like, dude, during PTS, I was killing some good players and I was like, oh my, dude, I killed Coleman's in the game, dude. And it was actually like a fight, you know, I mean, it was squad, it was trios, but I'm just saying like that would never have happened in the previous version of this game. I'm sorry. It just would not have happened. And, you know, and it's not happening now, by the way. Everyone's finally got really good. So I'm dying again easily like I'm supposed to because I'm a casual, but anyway, I digress. What would you guys most like to see in, let's call it 5 weeks? Because they said they're going to try and do an update every 6 weeks. So we've been a weekend. So we're about 5 weeks out. What would you guys ideally love to see the main thing to come through this second patch in this Reforged game?
Chaotic, you want to start this or you want me to?
I forgot. I think it was Octane Pro. It was someone's stream, and I saw Thor on there, and they said the next patch would mostly focus on like bug fixes and things like that. And I personally wouldn't mind that. Like, I think that's a really good direction to go into, because Rome's a good game. We all love it, but there is a lot of bugs, and just trying to hammer out those would be very good and healthy for the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, just the playability in general, for sure. Interesting.
So, and that was Goldie's stream you're thinking of, and Octane Pro was on there with Glock. That's the Dads in Gaming podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. Do you think there's anything that we're missing that we could like, hey, you guys really should put this back in, or, you know, it'd be nice to have this? Chaotic's like better aim assist. Just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. Jokes. Like, is there something, I mean, do you think they might, like, would it be cool if we had another class? Would that be too soon? Are we still figuring out how to play with the classes we have now? Like,
the warrior needs the new weapon ASAP, but it's not like something like, for me personally, I'd never want the team to feel rushed into something. But I feel like the warrior really needs a new weapon, because obviously the sword just isn't it with the double movement and whatnot. But
yeah,
at the same time, I just don't want them to have to rush that, you know?
Pop actually said another weapon on warrior was confirmed in Discord. He said not necessarily for patch 2, but coming soon at least. So, and then someone else is asking about the engineer. Now, mind you, I never played engineer, so I don't know what I'm missing or what I'm glad they don't have in the game. So I can't really speak to that for sure.
I'm kind of sad. I never did either.
Yeah, right? Like, everyone's all hot about this engineer, and we're like, so what's the big deal, dude? So who's this engineer guy you guys are talking about? Certainly not a hammer. That would never work, Poco is saying. Do you guys
I'm curious, see what it's going to be.
Do you guys in chat have any questions specifically for either Chaotic or Suna? Anything you'd like to hear their opinions on or hear them talk about? Because I'll be completely honest with you, I've kind of run through everything I really wanted to ask them, unless somebody sparks, you know, some memory in jogs my memory about anything else I wanted to ask them about.
Smarmy, what do you want to see?
Imagine how mad people would be if Engineer came back and Slug became a class weapon, though. Oh, and then Total Pro said, shut your mouth.
Dang.
Pro.
Slug as a class weapon would make a lot of people feel some type of way.
Imagine if a new class came out where the hammer gets thrown at your teammates to heal them. Okay, Dabber, you've been smoking a lot tonight, obviously.
He is
look at Poco gives the arrow up and says shaman vibes. Slug wasn't NG class weapon before, Dabber saying. Yeah, I haven't grinded out this last week as much as I would have hoped to, but I have noticed that if like everybody that's been playing it for days and days and days have already closed, like already the skill gap has changed a little bit, and I don't feel overwhelmed. Like I feel like every time I get in a lobby, I mean, depending on obviously if we're playing a solo or a trio. Oh wait, there's a good one to talk to you guys about. Let's talk about this one. So this is another hot topic. How upset or not upset are you that there's no duos or squads, or are you just normal people that understand what we're trying to accomplish here?
I am far more upset that people are upset about
That's how I
honestly,
feel.
it's just, I don't know. I don't want to sound mean here, but it's really not a hard concept to grasp. Just shrinking the player base and making more players, less bots. I mean, that's what people have complained about for years, and then they try to do that, and then
yeah, I mean,
are happy about it.
It's hard for me to really, comment, I guess, too passionately on it. I mean, I played solos most of the time. Like from when I started playing this game up until just recently, I was a solo player anyway. So, one of the reasons why I never really played Apex is because there wasn't a solo mode. Like that's the honest to goodness truth of the matter is the reason why I never got excited about Apex is because I had to wait. I had to play with two randos. There was never any microphones. I mean, it was like as frustrating as it is to do the same thing in Realm, right?
Absolutely.
And so that's why they don't have, my money. I'm not buying their boxes or skins or whatever the hell they're doing. But this game, you can have a tremendous amount of fun playing solos, and assuming that there's, a lobby full of 50 to 60 people. So what about you, Kaotic? Do you have an opinion on that one way or the other? Are you okay with the current trios and solo situation, or do you, like Suna and myself, understand like basically why they've done that?
I understand and I like it, but I have some friends who obviously don't like it just because they're casuals and like to all play together and squad up, and they always feel bad leaving one out. But it's like, it's very healthy for the game just to make the lobbies busier and more active, but it does suck for some people.
Poor Mexican Air Force. He felt so bad he shared 200. Let's go. Fucking love you, bro. Oh, dude. Kino came in with 19 people. Oh my god, bro. Dude. Let's go. Kino would be a good...
one where you guys queue in. I'm tired of getting sauced up. I want to fight some plebs.
Kino's got passion.
It's playing a video from him. That's how the shout out works on my channel. Yo, Ravenous Elixir, thanks guys.
Fighting chorister again, Quinn and Jamie.
Big brother Bill with 500.
Not us.
Oh my god, you guys are going off.
Oh, it's been good.
Try to turn the alerts off. Didn't work.
Oh, baby.
Didn't work, bro. Wookie Thick Chewbacca? Is that what that is? Thick Baka? I love that name, dude. Oh my god. Suna, let's go.
You took my lunch money.
Took your lunch money? God dang, man. Well, listen, is there anything you guys want to, ask me or,
Yeah, I'm curious about your thoughts, Smarmy.
Yeah, like,
this
hey.
next patch, what do you want them to focus on?
So here's an interesting thing, and things have slightly changed for me in a little bit of a way, because I was the guy, like, listen, I was going through some of my TikToks from like January, February today. And some of the things I was saying about what I thought was going to happen were just right on the money. Like, literally, I was right on the money with some of them. And then some of them were just as outlandish as everybody else's shit, right? But it's interesting because I was truly just, using, basic, deductive skills to try and figure out how this was all going and when it was going to happen and why I believed that it was going to be this, that, and the other. And at the end of the day, I got to repost one of my TikToks saying, well, this aged well, right? Because it was like, I guarantee you this is 100% coming back, like that was my like February.
Heck yeah.
And so I think for me, there's just a bunch of justification, and like I got some pride in feeling like, man, I got on this thing in January. I started watching a few of the streamers that were streaming the game a lot. I think we know who all those people are. Tino, thank you for the raid, brother. And I was just driven to try to get as much information as I could that was legitimately real. You know what I mean? Like, I was just tired of everyone's videos and everyone saying dead game, bro, dead game, bro, dead game, bro. I would comment time and time and time again. No, bro, they're reforging it. They're updating it. They're redoing some things. It's going to come back. And they're like, yeah, bro, no, not going to happen. Never going to happen. It's high res, bro. And so,
you know, it's funny that you say that.
You know,
everyone loves the game.
Dude, I know. And I spent so much time, you know, putting those videos up, more or less just out of like, please happen, please, you know, please come to fruition. But I don't think there was ever really a doubt. I mean, from the time that, you know, Lanio, I think, did a stream in I think it was November or December, late November, early December, talking about the jobs that were available. I think at that point in time, I knew in my heart that it was coming back. So I just started making content. And then, you know, now I don't have any more real knowledge than I had, you know, 2 weeks ago, honestly. But my outlook on the game has completely changed because, like, what do you do when your dream comes true? You know what I mean? Like, in a sense. And I hate to be so, you know, seemingly over passionate for a stupid video game, right? But
no, literally,
like,
I was over video games.
Like, I love this game so much. This game has caused so much joy for me, you know, being an older guy with a teenager that's a senior this year and, you know, married for a long time. So, like, I'm in a little different situation than most people that game and stream and what have you. But now that it's back and it's like this kind of like this perfect thing almost, like I feel like the patch is perfect. I realize there's going to be bugs and there's going to be things that don't work and nerfs and busts, all that stuff's fine. But like, I've almost been kind of like in a trance for this whole week. Like I can't believe I have a grapple hook, you know, like
literally,
you know what I mean? Like, I can't
exactly
believe I just killed this person in game. I can't believe I just 1v3'd someone. That doesn't happen to me ever. And it's all because of the way that they've designed and developed the game for this, you know, this reforged, you know, idea. And so I find myself in a strange position where some of the content I was making has lost a little bit of its luster for me because it's not like my content was, I swear to God, it's coming back, you guys. Well, now it's come back. I don't have any content. God damn it. So I literally have to go dig up some new content or get better at the game and make some better clips. So yeah, it's been a very interesting like ride, man, through this new, like, you know, through this new patch. But Tickle Slip, I love you, man. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, in all real, I don't have much to complain about. Honestly, sometimes you get a bug or reloaded sniper. Oh, that sniper reload bug. Did you know about that one?
Yeah.
It just reloaded on its own for like a few minutes. You're gonna call me you're gonna call Big Brother Friday? Listen, guys, if you guys don't have anything else you want to say or do or add, I will cut you guys loose. I know it's a little bit later for you guys than me, and then I will flip this thing over and just try to see if we can do some gaming. If you guys want to hop into some games, I'm down. I really do appreciate both of you guys making time for us tonight to get in here, and I really enjoyed, you know, hearing what you guys had to say, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you both.
No, thank you, Smarmy. I appreciate you.
Anytime, man.
Yeah, like you said, man, it's just not real still.
It isn't, man. It's just a little bit weird right now. It's just a little strange. It's strange, bro. It's just a strange deal.
I think it's because of the sleep I'm lacking, though. My brain's struggling to process what's happening.
Listen.
You know?
It's Labor Day this weekend, right? Here in the United States, we get off Monday. Like, it's just a national holiday. So I already got Friday off, man. So like, I'll literally be gaming for 4 straight days, and my wife's gonna be yelling at me like, "What are you doing?" I'll be like, "I'm gaming. What up? I'm gaming." Anyway, guys.
Hey. She'll understand, right? You've been talking about the game for years, I'm sure, too.
Dude, she's had it, bro. Eyes roll back into her head. I'm not even lying, dude. Eyes roll back into her head, bro. Anyway, guys, much love to both of you. Thank you so much. I'm going to shut this thing down and fire up the stream portion of this thing and see if we can get some games. If you guys want to jump in, let me know.
Righto.
Sounds good, Smarmy. Thank you so much, man.
All right, guys. Much love.
To Smarmy, just saying.
Yeah. Have a good one, boys.
You too. Have a good night, dude. Appreciate it.